and the zipper don't work. But we walked to go get some weed though. Reek, remember that, Reek?
Yo, salute to my brother Swave Sever. Salute to everybody in New York right now going through all of that the bad weather. Everybody on the East Coast, and not just the East Coast. Like it's I heard the snow. This snow is this weather. This storm is what 2,000 miles long, and that's crazy. But like Texas and New Mexico and all of them, they getting it too. Fortunately, your boy is outside of the blast zone in Arizona. So salute to y'all. Salute to everybody going through it. Hope y'all got all of your supplies together. Stay warm. Hope you got all of your Bud Bundy. You understand what I'm saying? And all of your nourishments. So yeah, the F the Streets movement. Yeah. People have been asking me for weeks, for however long it's been going on, ever since what Hocus Fifth with the Drop Your Flag movement, right? People have been talking about that, and I spoke on that briefly. I did a vlog on that, stating where like I respect the intention. I see what dudes is trying to do. It's better than nothing, but I personally would prefer if instead of a drop your flag moment, a drop your flag movement, I would prefer a unite your flags movement because it's it's wild out here. You understand what I'm saying? And for a long time, the attack been on all of us, no matter what flag you was rocking. As long as you was part of our culture, then the attack been on you. So, you know what I'm saying? You want to drop your flag. What does that mean? You're dropping the fight in you because there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. But, salute to Mobb Deep, RP Prodigy. But now we have the F the Streets movement. And the first person I heard say that specifically might have been Troy Ave. But when he said it, it came with, most people would say it came with a condition. It's like, he did some cooperating with the police and all that. So now you want to talk about F the Streets. I feel like with what's going on right now, the same sentiment exists. It's like the brothers in this, the rappers in the South are the ones who, from my understanding, are the ones who are pushing this movement. And what the pissed off public is talking about is like, yo, y'all just saying that because y'all want to be cool. Y'all want to just because Young Thug snitched, just because Young Thug cooperated with the people and all. Now I wasn't following Young Thug case, none of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't in tune with that. So I'm just talking about this isolated situation. I remember when Gunna came home and everybody called him a rat. You know what I'm saying? Gunna could be on the radio rapping right now. I promise you, I would not know who he was if it was just the music. I know what he looked like now because of all of the drama. But anyway, Gunna came home. Everybody, it was the big debate on whether or not he was a rat, so on and so forth. Right? Everybody's talking. Did he rap? Maybe niggas gave him the green light to go blah 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 blah. All of that. Right? Thug was, he made it. I believe he made it public on his Twitter or something like that he wasn't rocking with Gunna, so on and so forth. So that had its connotation. People had their ideas about how that went. Then later on, recently I guess some audio or some footage shows up with Young Thug cooperating again. I know what Young Thug looks like. I know some of his music. I wasn't really tuned into that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't cover the story like that because it just wasn't my bag. You know what I mean? But as a former street guy, I still have street guy tendencies. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like F the streets. Like, the streets are a lot of things. The streets aren't only negative. The streets taught us a lot of things. We got a lot from the street. We built hip hop from the streets. Don't say F the streets, but right, I watched on what was it? Was it on the Joe Budden podcast? Where they stated it was like, listen, let's keep it 100. Stop. Let's not play dumb. When they say F the streets, they saying F all of the violence and the I guess that negative part of the streets and all of that. right? And they ask me how do I feel? Like again, I'm gonna keep going back to this as long as, you know, keep going back to this as long as long as the conversation goes on. Like, I'm not for putting down your slam dances. I'm for using them wisely. You know what I'm saying? Having them for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Not against us, but to niggas who trying to get us up out of here. Like we live in a we live under circumstances where you know they're they off the chain. They out of pocket. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the people we need the weapons against the most. The people we need to be protecting ourselves against the most. We don't even use our weapons when it comes to them. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not advocating. I'm just saying what I'm saying out there. All I'm saying is what I said, right? But I do believe in self-defense. I do believe in not letting nobody bully you. I do believe I do believe in not being abused at no age. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, how do I feel? Sorry for taking the long ride. I just wanted to. I never talked about this, and this has been out for a couple of somethings. People have been talking about this, and I haven't given my opinion on it because a lot of things I like to wait and see. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being first. I don't have no problem with not being first. Let me see how this plays out. People be playing themselves out just so they could be first. Not your boy, right? So here's what I think, right? I have a problem with the F the streets movement when soon as somebody say something, if you somebody pushing F the streets, right? If somebody says something about you now that you don't like, somebody says something to you that you don't, you have some sort of problem with, if you then turn to gangster street nigga tactics, then what is you doing? What are we talking about? 21 Savage, respectfully. I'm only saying, I only say this. I mean, I thought about this prior to see. I thought about this prior to seeing what I just saw yesterday or today or whenever I saw it. But Fivio Foreign and 21 Savage are talking to each other. They having some words back and forth, right? And I got all respect for everybody involved, but like I said, I'm about this unity shit, you understand, amongst us. I'm about unity, period. You know what I'm saying? Like I spent a considerable portion of my life on the other shit. And if you don't believe me, my shit Googleable. You understand what I'm saying? I just 10 days ago, I just now celebrated the big walking out of it was the anniversary of the beginning of the biggest fight of my life with the law. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not speaking anyway. I'm for the, you know what I'm saying? Like I did enough of that. I know firsthand the results of all of that. The results of the negative parts of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I got niggas doing all day in jail right now. Niggas offered me 15 years for something. I'm like, what? If I had a blue trial, they gave me at least 20 something. Google me. Google it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, B. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing none of us need. You don't need this. You don't need this. Not you neither. And me neither. So I'm always for the peace. You know what I mean? But so if you somebody and you have been pushing the F the streets movement for what? A week, 2 weeks, three? How long has it been? It's been longer than a couple of weeks. It's been a couple of months right now, right? At this point. If you somebody who been pushing that line hard body, and then soon as somebody say something you don't like, you like, listen, I'm trying, don't get it twisted. It could still go down. I'm paraphrasing. He ain't say. Then respectfully, I don't like. I don't like it. I don't. Cause it's not sincere. It seems like you just, it just looks like you just trying to cover up for your friends who told. I mean, at least that's the conversation that people are having, and it becomes plausible when I see you making these kind of videos where you talk about, like, don't get it twisted. We talking about, but I know we saying F the streets, but say something I don't like, and I'm going to handle it the same street way I've been handling it. It's not cool, bro. It's not it. You know what I'm saying? That makes it look like niggas is just, saying this because they trying to cover for the people that they like that cooperated with the people. You know what I'm saying? There's so much controversy when it comes to the whole snitching ratting thing. You know what I'm saying? You'll have these law-abiding citizens. Law-abiding citizens will have you believe that, snitching. I mean, all that no snitching shit is for the birds. Don't do that. It's wrong. They tell you everything that's wrong about it. It ain't there's nothing to gain from that. Your friends don't. You not going to snitch on them, but I bet you they going to snitch on you. So on, they give you every reason of why it's wrong. Like you don't care about your community. You don't care about blah 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 blah. All of that shit. Meanwhile, the same police officers that be trying to get you to snitch, that be like, yo, no, come on with that. No snitching. Everybody's a snitch. The police have a no snitching rule too. The police have one. The government have one. All of them niggas abide by that. All of them niggas associate themselves, or what's the word I'm looking for? All of them do it. All of them identify with that type of solidarity. Niggas been telling you that since you was a kid with your siblings. Don't snitch to the parents when you do blah 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 blah. One of these whistleblowing conspiracy theorists, whatever you want to call them, conspiracy realists, they get too close to the truth and get clipped, get disappeared. That's all about no snitch. You're snitching. To them, no. So don't get this twisted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, I know that what Fivio Foreign said, I know what he said about, he was like, why we can, I know it was triggering, is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in an interview with somebody and they was asking him, it might have been Academics. Academics was kept referring to 21 Savage as a street dude, and Fivio was like, nah, what make you think he's a street nigga, or something like that, right? I guess what I'm assuming right now, so bear with me. I'm guessing that he's saying like, yo, I'm giving a possibility. I'm not saying my real assumption, right? Because it was triggering. It was triggering, and I got that. I did get that. It did feel like he was calling 21 Savage a sucker, right? It did feel like that to me, right? But what I'm saying, it could have been like, yo, he talk about fuck the streets. Why are we looking at him like he a street nigga, and Academics was cheerleading like, no, he's really street. No, according to what I seen, he's cheerleading for 21 Street accolades and all of that. But I understand that it was triggering. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it can be read as he trying to call me a sucker. I ain't no sucker now, right? But why do you resort? And no, he didn't say that he was going, I didn't hear him say he was, speaking of 21, I didn't hear him say he was going to bring violence to Fivio Foreign specifically. I didn't hear that. But I do feel like that's what he was insinuating. You know what I'm saying? Like it can get crazy. Don't think just because I'm on this peace shit that I can't get back on this peace shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's the vibe I was getting. If I was wrong, please somebody tell me I was wrong. I would rather be wrong about this right here. You understand what I'm saying? But overall, my opinion on the F the Streets movement is, if it's real, because I understand, yes, there's some positive things in the streets, but if you're saying F the negative parts of the street, you know what I'm saying? If it's real, I'm with that. But then don't resort to that as soon as somebody say something you don't like. You know what I'm saying? If it was real, I could relate. But if it's just a way to cover up something that you feel shameful about, you know what I'm saying, that was done by you or somebody that you love or you rock with, then nah, B. I don't like it. Word up. It's no good. But anyway, made it to the end of this video. Let me get 4 thumbs up. Can we turn it into a save the streets movement? How about that? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications if you're trying to be a taxpayer citizen. Nation, leave us a super thanks or a Cash App tag. Gonna be in the description, along with the Bandcamp link and the merch link. I'm saying Bandcamp link is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. You know what I'm saying? All of the mixtapes is there from Shell Shock all the way up to Nonviolent Rocco. So go get involved. And when you typing and leaving comments here, spell things correctly. Well, you can spell things wrong all you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, but get the names of our dignitaries and our monuments correct. It's R-O-C-K. It's monster, not monster. M-O-N-S-T-A. It's helter skelter, not helter skelter. It's A's and H's, no E's and R's. And please, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause, protesters. Get your ass out of here. Rest of y'all. Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Rocco. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I'm out to the damn floor. Let's go. I'm one of the realest you ever gon' see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with a lie to you. I get Beanie Siegel's first album, or Paul Pierce even, they are the truth. I'm sick and tired of you, you comical when I'm not in the mood for jokes. You are not a goon, not a shooter or a rider. You shoot off your mouth and you be riding dudes, cock for loot, dude, that's a prostitute.